Today, uh, discussed topics about the presenting feature of liver. We know that this liver is the largest gland of our body, largest gland. Also, you can say that this liver is a mixed gland. When you say mixed gland, when within a gland presenting both feature, that means feature of exocrine gland and feature of endocrine gland. Within this liver, both exocrine and endocrine portion are present. That's why this is called a mixed gland. So I said two information about this one. Firstly, this is the largest gland of our body, and secondly, this is a mixed gland. Now come to the presenting feature. Before the presenting feature, we have to know how to hold this viscera. You can see I hold this liver in my both hand in this manner. This right side of the liver, it is elevated, slightly elevated than this left side. This is one. And the next one, you can hold this one in another manner. Before that, you have to know here in this area of the liver, here presenting a impression. This impression. This is known as the inferior vena cava impression, or vena cava impression, you can say. Vena cava impression. This index finger of my right hand, I put this finger on this in vena cava impression, and it hold. See, in this manner, hold it. Okay, and this is the holding position. Okay, but this is slightly tough to hold this in appropriate position. So you can also apply this position also by using your both hands. Okay, so come here. This is the viscera of liver. Now we have to know what is the feature here. Firstly, about the lobe of the liver. Come here. The lobe of the liver is divided into two types. Firstly, anatomical lobe, and secondly, the physiological lobe. Anatomical lobe is divided into the right lobe and left lobe by anteriorly ligamentum, falciform ligament anteriorly, and posteriorly by the fissure for the ligamentum venosum here. This area presenting with ligamentum venosum, and inferior this area ligamentum teres hepatis. This one. So I say anatomical division of the right and left lobe is divided anteriorly by the falciform ligament and posteriorly by the ligamentum venosum and ligamentum teres hepatis. Okay, by this fissure. So this is the anatomical right lobe and left lobe. Now come to the next one, the physiological right lobe and left lobe. The physiological right lobe and left lobe of the liver is divided by a imaginary line which passes through this inferior vena cava impression and this porta hepatis, right to the porta hepatis, and here along with the impression for the gallbladder. This is the gallbladder and this is the impression for the gallbladder. This imaginary line is known as the cholecystovena line. Cholecystovena line. See, this is the cholecystovena line. This cholecystovena line is divides the liver physiologically into right lobe and left lobe. Right lobe and left lobe. Clear? So I described about the anatomical right lobe and left lobe and physiological right lobe and left lobe. Clear? Now come to the surfaces. You can see here, this is the anterior surface of the liver, and here this is the posterior surface. Here this posterior surface, it is divided again into, this is called visceral surface, which is divided into, firstly this is the posterior surface and this is the inferior surface. Posterior surface and inferior surface. And here also another surface present, this surface, which is known as the right lateral surfaces. Right lateral surface. So you can see here the surfaces are anterior surface, posterior surface, which is divided into visceral surface, posterior surface, inferior surface, right lateral surface. Also another surface present, sometimes this is called superior surface of the liver. Superior surface of liver. Now come here about the ligaments. This is the ligament anteriorly presenting. This ligament is known as the falciform ligament. And now come here, this is the ligamentum venosum and ligamentum teres hepatis. Oh, I forgot another one. Firstly, I divide this liver into anatomically right lobe and left lobe. Physiologically also I divide this into right lobe and left lobe. Also another two lobe here present. Firstly, this lobe is known as the caudate lobe. You can see this is the caudate lobe and this is the quadrate lobe. Caudate and quadrate lobe. Okay, which one is sliced posteriorly. So again, right lobe, left lobe, both physiologically and anatomically, and also another lobe here present. This is the caudate lobe and this is the quadrate lobe. Remember, in case of anatomical division of the right lobe and left lobe, anatomical division, this caudate and quadrate lobe is including within the or become a part of the right lobe of the liver. But in case of physiological division of the right lobe and left lobe, physiological division of the right lobe and left lobe, this caudate and quadrate lobe is included within the left lobe of the liver. Okay, remember this one. Again, I said in case of anatomical division of the right lobe and left lobe of the liver, this caudate and quadrate lobe of the liver is included within the right lobe of the liver. But in case of the physiological division of the right lobe and the left lobe of the liver, this caudate and quadrate lobe is included within the left lobe of the liver. Clear? Okay. We all discussed about the ligaments. I said this is the falciform ligament, and here ligamentum venosum is present, and this is the ligamentum teres hepatis. This one, ligamentum venosum, this is a remnant of the ductus venosus, and this is the ligamentum teres hepatis. This one is the remnant of left umbilical vein. Left umbilical vein. And other than these two ligaments, other which ligaments are present with the liver, all of the ligaments of the liver are false ligaments. And just only these two, ligamentum venosum and ligamentum teres hepatis, these two are true ligaments. Remember this. Other ligaments are false ligaments. And these false ligaments which are present with the liver, these are nothing but peritoneal fluid. These are nothing but peritoneal fluid. But this liver is not covered with all of the surface with the peritoneum. Some area where these liver are not covered by the peritoneum, and these surfaces or these areas are known as bare area. And from this bare area, the largest bare area of the liver lies here in this area, which one is known as the bare area. The bare area. So I say bare area is which one? Where the peritoneum is absent, and this is the largest bare area, which one is known as the bare area, which one is bounded this laterally by this inferior vena cava impression, and medially by the inferior vena cava impression, and here in this area by the triangular ligament. This triangular ligament is known as the right triangular ligament, and above here presenting a fold of the peritoneum, which one is known as the superior coronary ligament, and here inferiorly presenting a fold of the peritoneum, which is the inferior coronary ligament. So remember, this is the bare area. So if I say this is the bare area, so you have to know what are the other impressions of this area. Some viscera are related with this surface of the viscera, that means of the liver. These are the impression of this viscera. So we have to know what are the impressions present here. Firstly, we knew that this is the bare area of the liver. Now you can see inferior to the bare area, we are presenting firstly the renal impression in this area. Renal impression. Renal impression, that means the right kidney with the suprarenal gland is related to this area. Then in this area, the colic impression for the right colic flexure. And just close to the right colic flexure, this area, we are presenting an impression for the duodenum. And now come to this area, this surface to the, that means posterior to this or a visceral impression of the left lobe of the liver. In this area, this impression for the gastric impression for the stomach, and here above to the gastric impression in this area for the impression of the esophagus. Abhi abar dekhai again. See, firstly I said this is the bare area of the liver, the bare area. I said which one is bounded. This base formed by the inferior vena cava, and here this apex formed by the right coronary ligament. where this right coronary ligament is formed by the superior coronary ligament, and right triangular ligament, superior coronary ligament and inferior coronary ligament. In this area, before inferior to this area, we are presenting impression for the renal impression for right kidney with suprarenal gland. Then this impression for the colic impression. This is for the duodenal impression. And to the left side, here this impression for the gastric impression, and above to the gastric impression in this side, this area for the esophageal impression. Esophagus, abdominal part of the esophagus. Now come to the other structures. This area, you can see this impression, this area, another bare area of the liver. This area we know that this is the porta hepatis. Porta hepatis, that means some structures are enter and emerge through this porta hepatis. Structures enter and emerge through this area. We know that these are the hepatic artery, then portal vein, and some bile apparatus also enters and emerges through this area. Other than this, some lymphatics and nerves also enter and emerge through this area. Okay. Then come to the next. This is gallbladder, and you say, I said this is the impression of the gallbladder, and this gallbladder lies here. This is the neck of the gallbladder, and this is the body of the gallbladder, and this is the fundus of the gallbladder. Fundus. Next one, this is the inferior vena cava impression, and along with this inferior vena cava impression in this area presenting some foramen. These are nothing but hepatic vein, which comes from the liver, that means from the inner side of the liver, and in open within this inferior vena cava. That means through the hepatic vein, bloods are drained within the liver through this hepatic vein within the inferior vena cava. Okay, you can see all these are about the presenting feature from the liver. And again, this is the right lateral surface of the liver, and this is related with ribs and lower part of the lung with the pleural cavity. Okay, we will discuss, and we will all about the details we will discuss in our lecture class. Okay, thank you, and thank you very much.